used to have fun. Now in 94, everybody wants to go to gun. Niggas killing up these brothers each and every fucking day, because a nigga got to get paid. Back in the days, afros embraces the trend, but now you see it's all coming back again. Niggas driving 6'4", niggas pimping hizzo. Everything was hizzo. Hoes wearing platform shoes. To all your pimps, players, hustlers, and hoes, the only thing I gotta say is let the good times roll, let 'em roll, let 'em roll.
Alright, we got Mr.Meana here, and that's the part of PNC. The part. So I want to ask you, how did you and Kango Slim decide to even form PNC?
How did we decide to form PNC? But we was doing gong shows at the time, bro. Actually, I was doing them by myself, and then I decided to. I heard Kango from a mutual friend of mine, and once I heard him, I saw that we had some songs that coincided, and we decided to. I decided to like invite him to doing the gong shows with us. So after doing the gong shows for a few times, DJ Ryan, which was the DJ in the Big E's at the time, asked us like, well, what's the name of y'all group? And Partners in Crime was like a little HBO special that used to come on back in the days, and that was one of my favorite little shows. It was almost like a David Chappelle show, and I just put it down. I just took the eye off it and left the end to make it look hip hop, and that's where you can pretty much get the Partners in Crime PNC thing from.
That's dope. So I wanna know like, I know y'all started I think like in 94, but y'all
we started in like 92.
No, 92? Oh shit.
Yeah, we've been in the business like 27 years.
Yeah.
We started in 92 and we started putting music out like maybe 93, 94, end of 93, beginning of 94.
Right.
That's what we dropped the Maxi single in 93, the end of 93, maybe like November or whatever. Then we come back and dropped a full LP like or whatever in 94. I went to school in 94. I went to Southern and Baton Rouge. Come back and then we did the PNC3 album because we added Prime Time to the group. So that's where you get the PNC3 from. Right. Because it was originally just me and Kango. Prime Time is Kango's cousin. So when I went to school, they came up with the song "Thank You, Miss Lily." So when I come home from school. I heard the song and I was like, shit, you might as well just be in a group. You know, got enough money for everybody. So that's where you get the PNC3 thing from.
So now, I want to know, like, because I remember when I was growing up, you know, I was young when I heard Pump the Party. Because Pump the Party come on, to this day, I know I'm going to jump up because that's like a real classic, like, unforgettable song. It's Pump the Party.
Like simple, real simple, catchy. You know what I'm saying? Beat was jamming. Shout out to Precise for that. Pretty much wasn't my favorite song.
No?
Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was like redundant. It was a fun song, but it wasn't my favorite song. You know, I come from the hip hop, like where it was rap, and my favorite artists at the time was like LL Cool J and shit, and Run DMC and Houdini, and I was on here. I was ahead. I liked the music, so bounce was kind of like easy to do, which we wasn't really just doing no bounce music, but the bounce songs is what caught. Bounce is the culture of New Orleans. It was the sound of New Orleans, and you know, it just caught. So Pump the Party wasn't even. It was a song that got created from a diss. Like G Slim, rest in peace to G Slim. He was kind of like ribbing us, like, man, what y'all about to go in the studio and pump the party?
Right.
And we, so disrespectful, was like, yep, that's what we're about to do, and created Pump the Party off of really trying to drive him.
Right.
So it really wasn't my favorite song, but it became, you know, a song that everybody in the city pretty much like, you know, love at least, and I'm appreciative to it, you know what I'm saying? But I just go to show you how you can transform energy. Like, you know, we took a negative thing and made a positive out of it. So that's what anybody should know. Like, whatever you do, you know what I'm saying, try to make a positive out whatever negatives you go through in life. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much, you know, been our motto since day one. You know, we've been underdogs since we started in this game and continue to be in underdogs, but we still always prevail, always get up, always find a way to get to the next level for ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Without kissing ass, without losing ourselves, you know?
That's dope, bro. So you can tell, like, what the vibe was like the city crib, like, what it was like when that was out.
Man, it was love. It was fun. That's why I love this city. You know, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now with the Slated mic thing, because I know what it was, you know, with support. I know this city supported me. I don't understand the stuff that people be like, man, you can't make it in your own city, you ain't. And them people embrace me, them people love me. I walk through the mall, I take pictures, I holler, people still treat me like somebody. And it's the city that made me, and I just give them the love back that they give me, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I'm too big for nobody, bro. I give everybody an opportunity, I give everybody a try, but I ain't no pushover either, you know what I'm saying? I know how to cut it off, I know how to say like, nah, not right now, and really don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying, too, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm a good dude, I'm open-minded, but that was the vibe of New Orleans, bro. I mean, they was, one thing about New Orleans is they like what they like. Right. And if you giving them something that they like, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna embrace the shit. So, for the artists that's saying that they having a hard time and not getting the love that they want, stop trying to sound like a nigga from Atlanta, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Or Cali or New York or wherever, and sound like you from New Orleans, and give these people something that we can relate to, it that we know is real, and maybe they embrace your music a little more, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's word to the wise, you know what I'm saying?
So, like, you think that's something important to be original?
Fucking right. Yeah, original. I mean, what I'm cut from, bro, we ain't wear knockoffs. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had on Bally's back then, if I talked about Gucci's, we really was going to the Gucci store buying them bitches. We was really in Saxville. Niggas be buying a bunch of knockoff shit, now stand next to a nigga with the real shit on and feel like he better than a nigga with the real on. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the game have got real watered down for its authentic, original shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or being originally the truth of being, you know what I'm saying, really who you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? I guess if some of these little people that want to be fake, if fake is real to them, then that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just not cut from that cloth. So I love people that's authentic. I'd rather a dude have a Dickie fit on if that's all he can afford. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's a real Dickie fit. I can respect him for that. I'd rather do wear a white t-shirt that I know that's all I got, bro, but that bitch clean. You know what I'm saying? Than to go buy a fake Gucci shirt or fake anything and then come around me and rep on me like you doing it. You know what I'm saying? I hate that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's keep it 100, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you go a long way being real with yourself first, you know?
Right. So I went online and thing, and I looked and they said y'all had a beef with UNLV or something like that. You could tell me like what started that or anything?
The beef with UNLV was crazy, bro. We first of all, we partners now, it's my brothers. That's good. But back then I hated them, you know what I'm saying? The niggas hated us, and it was like this. I was a fan of UNLV, you know what I'm saying? We was gonna sign with UNLV, we was gonna sign with Cash Money like in '92. Right. And I just couldn't feel Baby, you know what I'm saying? Like, Baby ain't but a few years older than me, so I wasn't calling no nigga daddy, and I wasn't really honoring no nigga like to that degree. I give respect to all men, bro, but at the end of the day, I ain't gonna lose myself for no nigga, you know what I'm saying? Right. So being around Baby as a man, you know what I'm saying, I just wanted the same respect, and I saw that I just saw that we was gonna clash. Right. So we rap for those guys for Cash Money, and then they was asking us to sign, but they was trying to break us up. They wanted Kango to go solo. They wanted me to do solo, and I wasn't feeling that. Kango said, he wasn't feeling it either, so we decided not to sign with Cash Money. So then they asked us to come open up for UNLV at the Big Easy nightclub. We rapped, did our little song Ride It, Roll It. And then they did a song, Everybody's Jocking UNLV style. And then it was dissing us, like, bragging to your boy about the truths and vows, shit like that. We had a song called, Ryder Roller was saying, I got the cutlass fitted up with the truths and vows. They were saying, you bragging to your boy about the truths and vows, pointing at her. So I go home that same night, and I'm like, we're gonna change the definition of the nigga's name, you know what I'm saying? Right. And that's where we came up with the diss song against UNLV. A lot of people thought we originated the diss because we said their name. They didn't say our name, they just talked about us. Right. We came direct and said their name. Then we pissed on the set, you know what I'm saying, for our first album cover, right. Six and Barone, you know what I'm saying? Right. And it just got like that. It was just straight, we was trying to go at it, trying to give it to them with all we had, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't to get no clout, it wasn't to try to get on, you know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, some of our biggest songs is not the songs we dissed them on, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really about that. I go to show you that our talent still was prevailing over the diss shit. The diss shit just was really how we felt. And that's what we was doing, exercising how we felt over in the music,
Right. That's damn dope. I never knew that.
Yeah. know, but that's my brothers today, bro. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Yella.
Yeah.
And, you know, I fuck with Tech and Lil Yacht, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I got a number of love for the brothers, you know what I'm saying? Because we came through a time that some people wouldn't have made it through those times, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got killed, even though Yella got killed, but I'm talking about for the beef between us. Somebody, today, if that same beef was going on, a lot of people would be dead, you know what I'm saying? And just for us to keep it, you know, on wax, we had a little fight or whatever here and there, but for the most part, we did it like men do it, you know what I'm saying, bro? And we able to get past that bullshit, and now today we can embrace each other with love and, you know, and honor, and, you know what I'm saying, and best wishes. So, you know, it's real, you know what I'm saying?
So what brought resolution to that problem?
I mean, when Yella died, it was no sense to start dissing. I can't diss no dead man, bro. I mean, I got respect, you know what I'm saying, for people, families. First of all, I'm telling you, I'm cut from a cloth that we got rules, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the dudes that raised us gave us some real, instilled some real shit in us, like, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we just not gonna do that, you know what I'm saying? I'm 4 years older than Kango, so Kango's like my little brother. So, you know, if I call something, if I say this is what we was doing, out of respect for me, he would listen because he felt like I was really out there. He know that I really understood it. So I was just like, we ain't gonna fuck with that no more. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna kind of let, you know, leave it alone and just do us, just do music. So when Yella died, that kind of seized all the beef right there by itself. You know what I'm saying? Shit just had got that real to me it didn't make sense to talk about somebody that was dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So now this is my last word because I was thinking about this the whole time. I was like, how you came up with the Mr.Meana? Because when I was looking, and I was like, it was clever to me because I was like, Mr.Meana, like, you know how the charge Mr.Meana, and then it's like Mr.Meana. I was like, what made you come up with that?
Well, my partner gave me that name. You know, back then Juvenile was out. I was working at Swagman. You know what I'm saying? Me and some of my other partners that was working at Swagman in the East. He was like, man, he was like, Juvenile, I like that name. You know, Juvenile had wrote for Jimmy at the time. He wasn't really,
got love.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling people, showing love.
You just said that.
You know, DJ Jimmy was out, but Juvenile was doing the right, and they had to bounce for the Juvenile out at the time on DJ Jimmy album. So my little partners used to be like, man, I think that's a dope name, Juvenile, like, you know. So one of my little partners, he don't rap, his name La'All, and it was like, if I was a rapper, I'd name myself Mr.Meana. You know, and I'm looking at it, but it really fit me because, you know, I was doing shit that can get a felony, but I never was catching a felony. Like, all my partners felons, you know what I'm saying? Like, except for Kango, but a lot of my other partners convicted felons, you know what I'm saying? I was doing the same shit they was doing. I was the only one that kept with Mr.Meana, so you gotta watch what you call yourself, bro, because, you know, I'm glad I call myself Mr.Meana because, fuck, to be a felon ain't cool today, you know what I'm saying? You know, back then, everybody was like, man, I'm 3-time convicted felon, and, you know, they brag on that shit. Like, I'm bragging that I'm Mr.Meana, petty crime. Bitch, I'm a ticket. Yeah, traffic ticket. I ain't got none of that bullshit on my rap sheet. You know what I'm saying? But then I changed the name once Missy Elliott came out. She had used Mr.Meana Elliott. She was kind of a bigger star at the time. So I changed the spelling of my name because that coincided with me too. A lot of my partners say I'm mean, like, or they call me Snap, or they say I be jumping out. I got the red dude complex, I had the small dude complex, and I fight a lot. You know, I used to fight a lot, at least back then. I don't fight a lot now, but used to. And from that little side of it, the Mr.Meana fit too for that because I spelled it like M-I-S-T-A, Mr. and then Meana, M-E-A-N-A. You know, it's like mean with an A on the end. So I thought, you know, I just changed it up. That fit me too. So both spellings of the word was still who I was. Like, it still defined like the type of person I am and who I am. So yeah, it fit. So I'm really Mr.Meana, bro.
Right, that's fine.
100. I like that.
You got any new things coming out? You doing?
Man, I'm working with artists, bro. I'm big on changing the narrative in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get, you know, people, you know, we gotta watch what we say, because, you know, people like, man, they don't show no love, they don't support their own. I'm just changing the narrative in New Orleans, you know, because you gotta think about it. They got weed at right now in the mall. People, he started out from a fucking food truck, you know what I'm saying? Now the dude got 3-4 locations, about to go to Cat. Come on, what you mean they don't support? Larry Monroe, you know, started from a nightclub. you know, throwing parties, nigga own a restaurant, people coming through Liquor Super Cent, straight from the TV, I mean from IG and all this kind of shit, and next thing you know, this girl got a whole $1 million, multi-million dollar crown case popping. What you mean people ain't supporting? Oh, you can't get the support. That girl throws something in the city right now, people showing up. Larry throws something, they showing up. PNC been doing this shit for 27, 28 years coming up. People still coming to my concerts. What you mean people ain't supporting? So I'm just trying to change the narrative. So I started this thing called Slated Mike, me and my partner Chuck. You know, I got another partner that I do business with besides Kango. And we started a event company called Team Squared Events. And we got this platform that we put together called Slated Mike. And Slated Mike is a showcase that's built to help help artists get an organic fan base. So what we do is we handpick artists, meaning poets, rappers, dancers, R&B people, you know what I'm saying, whatever. You do magic tricks, whatever. We put all talent on one stage, and we let the audience pick who they think should be the winner. That's the era I come from, the gong shows. Bobby Marchand had a gong show, and that's how I used to let you get on the mic. The only difference we took out from what Bobby was doing and what we doing is that you don't get gone, because we don't do open mic. We kind of hand pick them from an audition, and then we put that showcase together, and then they get their people to come out and support them, and we let the audience pick who they think should be the winner. And that's pretty much what Slated Mike is about, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been kind of deeply involved with right now. Me and Kango make songs here and there. We just on 2 different pages as of right now. You know, Kango doing a lot of political stuff that he's doing with the mayor and the governor, and doing big events like Boycott Bowl and the pep rally for the Saints, and you know, so his hands be tied with that. Plus he own a nightclub, you know what I'm saying? So our scheduling been a little crazy. The kind of music that Kango been focused on is live bands, settings. You know, when I'm still doing kind of hip hop. So for us to come together and do a Partners in Crime album right now, just haven't been our schedules haven't been working. But that's still my brother. I love him 1,000. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get together and do something for the people. You know what I'm saying? At least one more. You know what I'm saying? So we might get together every now and then to throw a song. We just did a song with Black and Mild. That bitch dope, but we just be sitting on it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of waiting to put a body of work together.
Jumping on the back of trucks, stealing out stoves, running out the hoes, niggas selling herb in the Gap, and